Good morning. Welcome. My name is Jessica Pierce, and I'm the CEO and founder of Career Connectors, and we are honored to be helping run this event today. And I'm going to introduce you to a couple really great people. I know many of you are logging in right now, and so good morning, good morning, good morning. We have some fantastic companies today that are hiring. We have some amazing community partners that have tons of resources for people looking for their next job opportunity. And we're excited to feature all of them today. So to get this morning kicked off, I would like to go ahead and first say thank you to Pipeline AZ, to Arizona at Work, and to Best Companies AZ for their partnership, along with the City of Tempe Economic Development Department, in making this event a possibility today. It's possibility today. We have 13 companies to feature with over 700 job opportunities. And so we are ready to go. Tempe is on fire, doing a lot of hiring, and you are in the right place this morning. I'd like to introduce you all to the City of Tempe Economic Development Director, Jill Bushbacher. She has a couple words that she'd like to say this morning.
Good morning and welcome. Thank you so much, Jessica. I'm honored to be here today and pleased to have you all with us. And I'm honored to introduce our mayor this morning. He previously served as a council member for us for 8 years. He was chief of staff at ASU's, or he is, excuse me, chief of staff at ASU's Preparatory Academy currently. And he began his term as mayor with us last July amid the pandemic. Soon after a train wreck, he was diagnosed with COVID. If there's anyone up to the challenge and more committed to the community, I just can't imagine. I can't think of anyone. He's an incredible leader for us, and we really appreciate Mayor Woods being here with us today. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce City of Tempe Mayor Corey Woods.
Hello, Jill. This is Alex Chin, your host. It seems like Mr. Corey Woods has dropped off for a quick moment due to technical difficulties.
Okay, we can, when he pops back on, we can re-engage and have him speak at that time, and we can go ahead and move forward. Is that okay, Jill?
You bet.
Okay, great. So Alex, I think you're running the slides. If you could jump over to slide 5. This is our agenda this morning. And for everyone that's on the line, here's what this morning looks like. We will invite Jill and Mayor Corey Woods back to speak in just a moment when we get that tech issue worked out. Thanks for being patient and running with the flow. You know, we're all in this world of virtual now, and we know things happen. So thanks for being flexible there. We're going to hear from Mary Foote this morning. She's with Pipeline AZ, which is the technology on the matching side, helping people get jobs. So this event does not end today. We keep working behind the scenes for you, and Mary's going to tell you about that. And then here's the list of companies that are speaking today. So we have Bank of the West, Taros Health, Carvana, T-Tech, CVS Health, Viasat, Granger, Honeywell, Kyrene School District, Medtronic, Starbucks, State Farm, and Carmax. So we have a day loaded with great companies that are hiring. We're gonna then ask Carter Ellis from Arizona at Work, Maricopa County, to speak for a few minutes on all of the resources available throughout Maricopa County, including the City of Tempe. And then I will close it out in the last couple minutes with some additional resources. So now I'm gonna have Sheila Coulomb step in. She's gonna talk through some the tech stuff on your screen and what you can find and how you can navigate the event today. So Sheila?
Good morning, thank you. Alex, if I could have the next slide, that would be awesome. I don't know if everyone's familiar with WebEx, but what we're using this morning is called Q&A. We're not hosting a chat session, just the Q&A. So probably in the lower right-hand corner of your screen, you should see a little Q&A. And if you'll click on that, you have the ability to go ahead and ask questions, and our panelists, all of our speakers, can answer them. So any of the companies that are here, Pipeline AZ, City of Tempe, or Arizona at Work, or Career Connectors, plus all the hiring companies, are available to answer your questions throughout the event. If you have a question, you first have to click in the little box, click Q&A, click in the little box, type your question, and then keep an eye out, because now if you've asked a question, you'll have a second tab in that window that is your questions, and you can go ahead and see the answers to them there, or you can just follow in the main scroll, because we have it all public so that everyone can benefit from everyone else's questions. But you do have to go ahead and scroll it. It doesn't automatically scroll to the most recent for you. So I just want to let you know that. And Alex, if we could have the next one, I want to thank Alex for helping arrange our closed captioning. This is awesome. If you can take your phone and scan that QR code, or you can type in your browser the http://bit.ly/2021 Jan 26. And that should bring you to a screen that will show the closed captioning. You may need the event ID, which is 4698247. And we are going to show this slide a couple other times during the presentation in case someone joins and has missed it. But that's a great service that Alex arranged for us. So thanks.
Great. Thank you, Sheila. All right. Let's see. There are some questions already in the chat. So Sheila and Alex, I know you're manning that, just some tech questions. And so we will be responding to that. Thanks, Veronica, for your question. All right. So now I'd like to introduce Mary Foote. And Mary is the Director of Industry Engagement for Pipeline AZ. And she's going to be here again talking about that back-end matching that's going on and the registration process you went through. So welcome, Mary. Thanks for being here.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it. I'm going to take a quick moment just to tell you about the platform and how you can register if you haven't already. Next slide. So we're a community-funded platform. We connect job seekers and employers based on experience, interests, and skills. Next slide. Your dashboard, if you haven't seen it already, it's going to be customized for you based on your interests and top matches. And if you haven't already, you'll be contacted by a career coach who can ensure you're finding matches for you to apply to. And now I'll talk about how to set up a profile. This event is being hosted at tempe.pipelineaz.com, and you can register from the link on the homepage. By creating a profile from the top navigation bar, it'll allow you to match the job opportunities that you're going to hear about throughout the event today. You can begin by adding your education and experience. The job titles you enter will allow our back-end algorithm to understand the skills associated with your experience. We do also recommend uploading a resume, as many employers are still looking at those. And if you don't have a resume, you can create one based on the profile you build on the platform. Add any additional skills that don't automatically populate, so that way you can match more jobs, especially those key skills and certifications you might hear employers mention today throughout the program. And you can access your profile at any time. Please do make sure it is set to public so that you can match to employers that you hear from today. And if you ever get lost, the top navigation bar is going to help you find your way. Here you can also explore different career pathways and training opportunities for upskilling and reskilling. And for this event, we have made sure that every job seeker connects to a career coach who can provide one-to-one counseling on how to find a job match for you. Make sure you're checking your messages, but you will also receive them through the email you provided. And that that's it for me. We're really excited that you took the first important step of joining today. And thanks so much to Career Connectors and the City of Tempe for hosting this great event. And best of luck to everyone on finding your match.
Great. Thank you so much, Mary. Thanks again, Pipeline, for all you do to make that happen on the back end. All right, I think we have the mayor back. So Jill, I'd like to introduce Jill Bushbacher again, Economic Development Team with the City of Tempe. And Jill, why don't you have a couple words to say here?
Just real quick, thank you, Jessica. Thank you, Mayor, for being with us. I just want to mention that Jessica was very kind to give me a promotion. I'm not the Director of Economic Development, but I'm a Program Manager with Economic Development. Our Director is Donna Kennedy, but who is with us today, actually, enjoying the event as well. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome City of Tempe Mayor Corey Woods.
Thank you so much, Jill. Really appreciate it. I was going to also say, don't worry, Jill, I won't tell Donna, but since she's already on the call, I guess it's too late. So it is what it is. Sorry everyone about joining a little late today. I jumped on and you know those things where sometimes your computer is going to do the update to update the software and there's no way to hit the snooze button, but it's like we're doing this right now. That is exactly what happened to me. So I apologize for my lateness, but I'm just really happy to be with all of you today. And just wanted to say some of the things, and I know you've already heard, the city's very happy to sponsor today's event, which is going to bring together 13 very amazing Tempe companies and wonderful local talent. Collectively, you're going to be hearing from employers that are going to be representing over 700 positions. So that is a lot of jobs. We all know that in COVID-19 with the pandemic that it's an incredibly tough economy out there right now. But the fact that we've got 13 companies and over 700 positions available shows how amazing of an event this is and how wonderful of an opportunity it is for everyone who's taking part today. And there's literally something for everyone. I mean, whether you're an electrical engineer, to wanting to become a Spanish language interpreter, to a customer service representative, to a barista, to getting into cybersecurity and every other kind of job in between, you've got everything possibly available to you right here today. So we want you to be sure to stick around and hear about every opportunity that this job fair has to offer. I wanted to also just make a really quick thank you to Career Connectors, Pipeline Arizona, Arizona at Work at Maricopa County, Best Companies Arizona, all for coordinating today's event. This is incredible, and I'm just so happy to be able to spend the first part of my day talking about ways to assist some of our amazing local talent in finding the right match and the right opportunity for them. So with that said, really excited to be here. On behalf of the City of Tempe, thank you for joining us today, and I'll go ahead and turn it back over to Jessica Pierce.
Thank you so much, Corey. Thank you, Jill. Sorry, Jill, the wrong title. Sometimes I just open my mouth and, you know, I should stick my foot in, but thank you guys so much. We really appreciate you and sponsoring these events and just really caring about the residents of the City of Tempe. So thanks so much. All right, we are going to move into the section where we're bringing in our hiring companies. And to kick off our hiring companies, we'd like to get started with Nicole Hernandez, and she is a recruiter with Bank of the West. Welcome, Nicole.
Thank you so much for that introduction, Jessica. I do appreciate it. Good morning, everyone. My name is Nicole Hernandez, and I am a recruiter here with Bank of the West. For those of you who aren't familiar with us, we've been around for about 138 years. We are headquartered out of San Francisco, California, and have over 10,000 employees currently with us. We do have our parent company that is based out of Paris, France, BNP Paribas. So with us, we like to call our bank a bank for a changing world. We understand that in the middle of a pandemic, there are a lot of things that we can't control. So because of that, we consider ourselves a sustainable bank. We have one of the strongest environmental stance of any major U.S. banks because of the things we don't finance. We do not finance in tobacco, in coal fracking, or in any type of Arctic drilling. And this truly does align with who we are as a bank. We are also diverse. Our CEO is among 2% of female bank CEOs globally, not just nationally. So in addition to that, our leadership team is composed about 30% female. I will tell you personally, that's one of my favorite parts about who we are as a bank. because it truly shows that we do believe in diversity and inclusion from the top down. And lastly, we are global. As mentioned, our parent company is out of Paris, France. That's BNP Paribas. And with that, the impact of that institution alone, their financial sustainable policies span over 72 different countries, which is huge. With that, again, we only like to support activities that help us protect our environment, but also improve people's lives. I always think it's not only about our generation and our children's, it's about the future generations following. So we like to invest in areas that we believe have a true impact. So supporting energy transition, helping enable women entrepreneurs, financing innovative startups, but also hiring diversity. I will tell you, I'm an example of that. I am a Marine Corps veteran, and with that, I had never had any banking background prior to joining Bank of the West. I've been here now for about 4.5, 5 years, and I couldn't really ever think of how my skills in the military could transfer into a banking institution. But because our bank truly understands transferable skills, I was able to move forward and start a career in banking that I really never thought was possible. So with that, I would love to chat with you guys a little bit more about our benefits and what we have to offer. So we do offer full benefits for all of our full-time positions. So that includes medical, dental, vision, and lastly, 401k. I would tell individuals, whether you're looking to retire in 2 years or 20 years down the road, our company does offer matching dollar for dollar up to 6% of your salary. So that's huge. It's generally free money to invest in your own future. We do obviously also offer maternity and paternity leave if you have a child, adopt a child. Because pursuing your education is huge to our bank, we also offer tuition reimbursement. And lastly, because changes are happening within our world and in the middle of a pandemic, we also offer COVID paid time off in case you contract COVID or have a loved one that you need to care for. So want to go over to our next slide and discuss a couple of our job openings. I do want to highlight this is a very high level overview of some of the openings that we have. This is what I like to call our hot job openings. And I'll discuss in the later slide on how you can view all of our openings. But as you can see, we have an array of positions. So anything from an accounts receivable supervisor to controls and governance officer, we have any type of background, we may have a position for you. So with that, let's talk about how you can apply for our opening. So you can go to bankofthewest.com and you will see a careers tab on the upper right-hand side. And there you will have more information about our process, but also how you can apply to our position. One of the great things that I would like to highlight is that if there's an opening that perhaps isn't available now, you can sign up for notification, and the system will automatically generate an email once you create a profile when that position is available. So you'll be one of the first individuals to find out if that position is now available either next week or a month from now. So again, thank you so much everyone for your time. If there are any questions, feel free to add it in the Q&A, but best of luck out there. Back to you, Jessica.
Thank you, Nicole. Well done. Some great jobs there, Bank of the West, and we appreciate you being here today. All right, now we're going to move over to Teros Health. Heather Sepak is here. She is a recruiter with Teros. Welcome, Heather. Glad to have you on today.
Thank you, Jessica. Thanks, everyone. It's nice to be here. Good morning, everybody. My name is Heather Sepak, and I am a recruiter with Teros Health. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about our company. If you're not familiar with us, we have been in business for over 50 years. Our tagline is inspiring change for life, which you can see on the top of our slide here. And I believe that we really do this and we really encompass this value as well. We have locations all throughout the Valley and have been providing integrated healthcare services, primary healthcare services at 6 of our locations are fully integrated healthcare clinics that serve individuals that may be struggling with substance abuse or have addiction or maybe need some recovery services, and then also can get primary healthcare services at those locations as well. You can see on this slide as well, our core values are integrity, compassion, and empowerment. And not listed on there is also diversity, which is woven within those values. So of course, we're looking for individuals to join our team that really encompass those, and those mirror their individual values as well. Our mission is to create healthy communities. Thank you, Alex. Create healthy communities while meeting our triple aim of excellent patient experience, quality healthcare outcomes, and controlled healthcare costs. Okay, next slide. So here's a little bit about our structure and what we aim to serve. In the past year, we've served more than 65,000 individuals. And one thing that I think is so wonderful about Terrell's Health is that we do serve all different ages, all walks of life, throughout locations all throughout Arizona. We're actually working on a model to expand to locations that we've never even been in before within Arizona. So it's a very exciting time to be with Terrell's Health. And as you can see here, we have primary medical care, nutrition, diet and exercise, counseling and group sessions. And then, as I mentioned before, addiction and mental health treatment as well. But this graph really shows how those things are very closely intertwined with one another, because we really believe that if you treat the whole person, you treat all of those little aspects as well, and they're very closely linked together. A little bit about our culture is we believe in setting up our employees for success. So from their first day, new employees are given a well-rounded orientation. First day involves getting a greeting from the president and CEO herself. We are also a women-owned company where our president and CEO is a female. And again, just kind of encompassing how diversity is quite important for us as well. But we've got new employee orientation where you get to meet the CEO, you learn a little bit about our culture. There's full training on your position, and then there's continued training as well. So there's a lot of career progression. Oftentimes when I hire individuals, they ask me what kind of career growth options are there. And that's one thing that I love, is that we can help you. We encourage you to educate yourself and continue to grow your career as well. So there is room for advancement. There's also continued learning and development. We do offer continual training, and then there's recognition too. So we definitely want to recognize those that are standing out and making an impact on our community. A little bit about our benefits. One thing that I think is wonderful about our benefits at Terrell's Health is that there's no 90-day probationary period. So they are available to full-time employees the first of the month following their month of hire. So for some people, especially right now, this could be a deal breaker as far as whether or not they want to accept a position or not. And so sometimes, depending on the date or the day that you start in a month, you could have full benefits available as early as the next day. I've seen it happen before. And our benefits include medical, dental, vision. We have group life and disability insurance. We do have 401k, and after 6 months of employment, we will match up to 4% of your contributions. We do have at least 4+ weeks of PTO within your first year, and then as you grow your career with us, you do earn more PTO eventually. There's also a really fun wellness engagement plan. They offer different activities for employees just to help us get out and do like a virtual walk across the Grand Canyon, you know, tracking your steps throughout the month. And then there's great prizes that are offered to employees too. So just some really good incentives that are available. I also want to point out briefly that we have a continued partnership with GCU that offers discounted tuition for employees and their families as well. And then on the next slide, the position that we currently have available, it may look like there's only one position, but I actually have an integrated SMI case manager. I have one position in the Tempe location. However, I have multiple openings for the same position. So if you're somebody with a background in psychology or behavioral health, sociology, and you really enjoy working directly with patients, you want to help them to improve their quality of life and find resources within the community, it's a great full-time, fully benefited position that's available. The locations listed here. There's, of course, a $500 sign-on bonus, which is kind of a unique opportunity that we're happy we're able to offer right now. And my contact information is listed here. I think I may have gone over, so I better stop talking. But let me know if you have any questions. I'd be happy to answer any of them for you.
You are good, Heather. Thank you so much for being here and letting us know about Taros Health.
Thank you.
For all the participants on the line today, a couple things. I highly encourage you to get on LinkedIn and connect with every single recruiter, hiring manager, speaker that is on our event today. That is a great way to follow up, connect, let them know you saw them at this event today. That's networking. And we know we've been doing this, running this program for over 11 years. And what we do know for sure is networking is the best way to connect to the best jobs. And so what that means is seeing people here, hearing about the company, reach them on LinkedIn and say, thanks for being at the event. Thanks for sharing your jobs. I'm interested in something you said. Wow, that's a great culture, it sounds like. Something to engage. That's what networking is. So I encourage you to do that today as you hear these speakers. I believe on LinkedIn, I tagged them all in a post this week. So I encourage you to do that. Also, I just wanted to address a question that's come up in the chat a couple times. There is no video for participants. The video is strictly for our panelists. So you have no video option right now. But if you want to engage, you can engage in the Q&A. And then for our speakers that are coming up, just make sure that you are, we can hear you, that you are loud, and so it comes through the screen clear. All right, I'd like to move on now with introducing Haley Turner. She is the recruiting manager for Carvana. Welcome, Haley.
Yes, good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for the intro. Yes, my name is Haley Turner, and I'm the recruiting manager here for our customer care team. Super excited just to share some opportunities, benefits, and a little bit about our culture here at Carvana. So a little bit about Carvana. So Carvana was founded in 2012 and is ranked as Arizona's most valuable corporations. We're 100% online car buying experience, which means we have no dealerships and no commission sales across the entire company. Carvana sold 200,000 cars online in 2020, and now we're planning for almost over doubling that at 450,000 cars in 2021. We have premium cars, 150-point inspection, and no hidden fees. We offer our customers a 7-day money-back guarantee, which means if you don't like where the cup holder is located or you don't like how the seats feel, our customers have an opportunity to return their vehicle, no questions asked, within that 7-day period. And then another cool option for our customers, they have the option to sell their vehicle directly to Carvana without making another purchase. So again, just great options that we offer to our customers. So a little bit about our culture. So I do want to pause before I share a little bit about this slide. So right now, our employees are currently working from home. It's a unique experience, having still keeping the culture alive while being in the safe place of our homes. We do anticipate going back to our Tempe headquarters at a future date, but I did just want to highlight pre-COVID and what our culture did look like. As you can see from the photos, it's a fun, collaborative community experience. We enjoy working alongside our communities. You can see we have a pretty laxed environment and really just try to promote that partnership, that collaboration, and just really enjoying what you're doing in the space of your work environment. So this slide highlights a little bit about our perks and our benefits. So the one thing I want to start off with is Carvana provides 100% premiums paid for their employees, which again, that includes medical, dental, and vision. Some other cool things we have, your birthday is an official holiday. So what that means, if you have a birthday in January, we give you an additional day off to use through the month of January to celebrate you. We offer vehicle discount programs, student loan repayment, and hot off the press, just released this month, we just launched a program called Carvana Keys. And what that is an upfront tuition coverage to earn a bachelor's degree at ASU Online. So other cool things that we have paid parental leave, pet discounts, and paternity leave. So if you were to adopt a new 4-legged fur friend, dog or cat, we give you an additional day off to really get them acclimated into the home and with their new family members. We offer Carvana Fit, which is another cool program. So PTO, so in the first year, we offer 104 hours of paid time off. And in the second year, that almost doubles at 160 hours of paid time off. Holidays are paid time and a half, and we are open most holidays, except we're closed on Christmas, Thanksgiving, and New Year's Day. And as I mentioned in the previous slide, how we stay connected within our communities and bring our employees as part of that. We have Pride, Beacon, Carvets, and Wave, just to name a few. Next slide. There we go. So next steps, we want to hear from you, and we want to get to know you. We're looking for those that are passionate about the customer experience, love interacting with others, and that love to be, constantly challenged and in a very changing environment. We're hiring hundreds of advocates for our customer verification and our customer experience roles. And here's our recruiting team. We want to get to know you and hear from you. So easy, just apply online, carvana.com/careers, and search the customer care team. Please let us know if you guys have any questions, and thanks for having us here today.
Awesome. Thank you, Haley. I think I want to work at Carvana. It sounds like a great culture and a great company. Thank you for being here.
Absolutely. Thanks for having us.
Yes. All right. Just as a reminder, if you are looking for closed captioning today and you've
Okay, so the reminder about the closed captioning is there on the screen. You can either scan the QR code or type into a browser window the bit.ly tempecc_jan26. Thanks. All right, so next up we have, Alex, could you advance our slide? Yeah, I think we have Rob Briggs with T-Tech, corporate recruiter. Hi, Rob.
Hey there, how are y'all doing?
Doing good.
Good. Okay, I started the video. Can y'all see me?
I can see you.
Okay, great. Good morning, everyone. My name is Rob Briggs, recruiter with T-Tech. So first off, if you haven't heard of T-Tech, we are a BPO, or business process outsourcing company. And basically what that means, actually, it's a really cool space to work in. If you haven't ever experienced working in the BPO world, it gives you an opportunity to work with some really cool brands. So we basically support large brands and organizations. So not only private companies, publicly traded companies, as well as government organizations and healthcare entities as well. So these companies and organizations rely on T-Tech to provide sales, scalability, and customer service support for and in behalf of our clients. So, for example, many popular brands, be it cell phone, telecommunications companies, or cable companies, or major web browser type companies, hint, will use companies like us, BPOs, to support their business growth. So our agents will take or make calls for and in behalf of that brand. And then on the customer service side, we also support these organizations, whether it's that we're taking excess call volume to support, to decrease call wait times for these healthcare organizations and such, or providing general customer service for customers that interact with all different kinds of brands and such. So we are hiring for various positions right now. This particular slide highlights a few customer service opportunities, but we are, but kind of our two main, if you will, are customer service and sales. So I am a sales recruiter. And so if you are one that has at least 1 to 3 years of sales experience, of recent sales experience, and you're looking for another opportunity, or you've got 10, 15, 20 plus years of sales experience, we have different opportunities that would be appropriate for the for the type of role that you're looking for, mid-career, senior career. We also have a lot of leadership opportunities as well. So our current work setup right now is we are, like many others, working from a remote, work from home environment. We do also plan on back on site eventually. Here in the Valley, we have 2 sites, one in Tempe, one in North Phoenix. And our return to site timeline is going to be slightly different for each of them because it's all kind of client dependent there. But we anticipate working from home probably for at least another few months or so. And so the application process, so there's the link there. You can visit ttechjobs.com. Our search bar is, easy to use and whatever. It's all keyword searchable, so you can find the opportunity that best fits you. The requirements, there are various requirements depending on the type of position that you're interested in. But those are usually listed there on the job listing. We do have also, depending on the position, various sales assessments or customer service assessments. Our assessments in a lot of cases don't determine employment eligibility necessarily, but we ask that the assessment be completed as it can give us some insight into how we can enhance your training opportunity and your training experience should you be offered. And then, of course, the interview process. All interviews are conducted virtually as well right now, and through Zoom or whatever other platform. And most of our opportunities also provide same-day job offers too, so it's a pretty quick turnaround. Where the office is located? Great question. So we have an office in Tempe and an office in North Phoenix. Our Tempe office is on the northeast corner of Rio Salado and Mill Ave, just kind of on the west side of A Mountain right there. And then North Phoenix at I-17 and Bell Road. That's how you can reach me. My email there is robert.briggs@ttech.com. Definitely feel free to reach out to me. Send me an email, send me your resume. Would love to be a point of contact for you. And find me on LinkedIn. Would love to connect with y'all. Thanks again. Best of luck to you, and we'll see you around.
Awesome, Rob. Thank you. You're so funny. A browser who shall not be named, right? I think we all know who you're referring to there as a client. Okay, thanks, Rob. Next up, we have Roger Adams with CVS. Jessica will be back as soon as she can, by the way.
No worries.
Thanks, Roger.
Good morning, Tempe and everyone in Arizona. I hope you guys are all having a great one. Very excited to get to talk with this wonderful group once again. Exciting times. It has been an interesting year and a half with the CVS world. Obviously, we've all fought to get through this COVID pandemic. We have been frontline in that process. Our business has now become the 5th largest corporation in the Fortune 500, and we are definitely in a need for a diverse talent pool, especially in the Tempe area, and we are excited. I'm just catching up right now. It's on the post right here. There's some wonderful information about our business. I just did a real-time check on it. There is currently in our Tempe area, 198 positions and diversified in the city of Tempe across all of our platforms. And within 10 miles of Tempe, 591 roles. So that's in real time, guys, right now when we're talking about it. So some of the benefits of CVS, obviously, is our job portability. Most people think of our brick and mortar locations, probably the most familiar I am with. I hire for our stores, pharmacists, store managers, pharmacy technician, associates. But we also, the insurance company and the Caremark PBM. And all of those facilities actually have a building in the city of Tempe. So we're very excited to bring in those opportunities. Some of the roles we're looking for directly right now, we are looking for nurses, we are looking for pharmacists, we are looking for licensed pharmacy technicians. We're also looking for some very unique roles through our Aetna insurance plans. Everything from juvenile liaisons with part of our prison systems to adjudication specialists and Medicare and Medicaid billing specialists through our Aetna platform. We're looking for call center operators. All of this can be all found at thejobs.cvshealth.com. All of our business units are all linked through our portal. We've talked about it a little bit already in the process. The LinkedIn is such an important and valuable tool for all the candidates that are on the phone today with us and watching the WebEx. I am a liaison through all of my peers through all of these different platforms. So if there is a question or if you are interested in some of our roles, please reach out to me. Let me find you my counterpart across the different divisions. We are probably adding 800 roles between now and the end of March across Arizona. We are rolling out the COVID vaccine. That's 2 doses and 143 million people trying to get it as fast as we possibly can, and we will be the largest company administering. We're doing it right now in nursing home facilities. I get the question every day, when is it going to be in the stores? As soon as we can get the vaccine and as soon as the state releases it to us. But if you can understand what that represents of volume and traffic that is coming into our locations, into our facilities, we do need specialists across the industry to help us administer that so that we can return to that new normal. And all of our fellow speakers that are talking about returning to the office and to the corporate office in those situations, we want to make sure we get everybody back into whatever this new normal really looks for. So I really appreciate the time, folks. I really do. As far as benefits, your standard package, we have medical, we have tuition reimbursement, we have 401k, all start at a full-time basis within 90 days. But again, the job portability that comes with CVS Health. We have 9,000 locations across the United States, including ones that are in targets. We have the Aetna insurance, the PBM. It's very hard to find a corner that we don't have a CVS represented. So if for something changes in your world, the job portability of wherever you land, there would be a job. It's kind of something we like to brag about. So we are growing, we're expanding, we're not going anywhere, guys. And again, we've already added 50,000 employees nationwide since March of last year. We're probably going to do it again by the end of August. So if you're looking for a new opportunity, a new great adventure, please reach out. You'd be amazed. SQL, data programmers, HR generalists, legal. We're doing internships for college students. The whole spectrum, guys. We'd love to give you an opportunity. And again, please reach out with any questions. Hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful week.
Thank you, Roger. I know we were talking beforehand about how crazy you guys are in the hiring you're doing. So awesome. Thank you so much for being here today.
No problem. Thank you, guys.
All right. We've had some questions in the chat about interviews and connecting with companies. And so if you did log on a little bit late, at the very beginning, Mary Foote went into the platform that we're using today, and it's called Pipeline AZ. And after this event, actually it started happening before, but before and after this event, the matching for jobs will continue to happen. There's also career coaches with Pipeline AZ. So if you are not getting matched, you can reach out to the coach that was assigned to you and they will work with you on the platform. And then also as a reminder, connect with all of these speakers today on LinkedIn. That is a great networking platform that almost all recruiters utilize. So I encourage you to do that as well. All right, I'd like to move on and introduce Rob Britton. He is the talent acquisition recruiter with Viasat. Welcome, Rob.
Thank you very much. I appreciate your time today. Basically, what we are as Viasat is we're a global aerospace community company or a communications company that we kind of believe that we can connect the world anywhere you are, any place in the actual world. So we provide high-speed broadband services for homes, businesses, aviations, governments, and also military. Right now, what we're trying to do is just basically make it a better way to connect the world together in any capacity with either air, ground, and also at sea. We have 4 different segments within our organization: space and commercial networking, global mobility solutions, government systems, and broadband systems or services. Basically here in Tempe, our main focus is space commercial networking with some military systems that we actually deal with. So right now we are building, testing, and troubleshooting the equipment that goes into our satellites that we are putting into orbit. As of right now, we have 4 satellites in orbit, and in this year, 2021, we are going to be sending out our next Viasat 3 to be launched, and hopefully with that being a success, we will be probably the true first global internet service provider across the entire world. No matter where you're at, you will be able to get access to the internet. Our company is over 500 employees. Here in Tempe, we have about 600 employees. And last year, we at least added 100 people to our organization just in the Tempe area. We have about 28 plus offices across 9 different countries, with our main headquarters is Carlsbad, California. What we offer here at Viasat is what we're looking for is just bringing yourself to our company, diverse experiences, what organization you used to work with, bring that into our organization, just be yourself. We have 8 different diverse ERG programs that we actually run. Anybody can actually join at any given time, share ideas, share experiences, just whatever you want to bring to our organization to make us a better organization is really what we're looking for. We have unlimited opportunities to learn, develop, unlock your potentials for growth within our organization. The one thing we do not do is hold people back. If you get into our organization and there's something new that you want to try, some other position that you like, our managers and our team will help you get to that particular point to make sure that you're feeling comfortable on what you're doing and career growth within yourself. The benefits that we have here is there is no 90-day grace period. You start automatically the first day, you get your benefits the first day. We have medical, we have dental, we have vision, competitive maternity leave for both mothers and fathers. We have as-need sick time. There is no cap for that. So if you're sick and you need to take time off, you just take it off. We have a wellness program, gym reimbursement, employee discounts to make sure you're healthy within yourself and also for our organization. So we want to make sure that we give all the necessary experiences and tools that we can for you to accomplish that for internal and external fitness. Educational reimbursement, we help you with that to grow your growth here within our organization, 401k match, and competitive compensation within our market. What we're looking for opportunities in this particular area is obviously in Tempe, we have a lead systems, thermal engineering roles, radiation, structural mechanical engineer, cloud software engineer. On top of that, we have probably another 15 to 20 other positions that we're actually among our segments that we're looking for people here in Tempe. So basically how you go ahead and to apply is obviously careers.viasat.com. Or you can actually directly contact me at rob.britton, and that's Brittain at viasat.com, and I'll be able to address any of your questions or concerns, talk to you over, the process that we go through within our organization, and just basically try to fit you to the best location and best position for your background. So basically, if you have any other questions, like I said, just reach out to me, reach out to the career website, and hopefully we hear from you soon.
Thank you, Rob. It's great to have you here today and learn a little bit about Viasat. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
All right. Now we're going to move over to Granger, and Roy Palomo is the staffing partner. Roy, it's so good to see you. It's been a while. Thanks for being here today.
I know we've been going at this a few years, so congratulations. It's great to see you just still cranking this out. So great job, Jessica. Great to see everybody else here today. I wanted to talk to the group about the company Grainger, and we are the talent acquisition team for Grainger here in Tempe and for their customer service sites all around the country. And today we're going to talk about some opportunities here, certainly in the Tempe area. A little bit about Grainger. They came to the Valley as far as their contact center about 4 years ago, but they've been around since 1927. 90 plus years, Grainger has been the leading supplier of industrial supplies and safety supplies and inventory management and technical support services for facilities all around the world. And they boast over 1.6 million products in their catalog to over about 3 million customers worldwide. So anything that you need to build or fix or help run a facility, they're going to have it for you. With locations in the United States and Canada and the UK, Europe and Japan, they definitely have a good global appeal. And great company to work with. Again, they've been a great partner. And I'd like to highlight a few of their benefits for their employees here. It's definitely a long-term career opportunity with Grainger. The position I'll be talking about later today is certainly as a direct hire position with them. They do promote from within. That's where so the upward mobility within the company at Grainger. If that is something that candidates are looking for, you're going to find yourself in the right place. With the position I'm going to highlight here on the next slide, they certainly step up with a good competitive wage. If you don't mind, can you back up just one more? My apologies. Just a little bit more about the benefits there. 18 days of PTO that you can accrue your first year. They do a 401k company match, medical, dental, vision plans for the employees that are contributed by Grainger as well. They do a tuition reimbursement program. Grainger, as far as the position that we're talking about here in the next slide, currently is a remote position. It'll eventually be moved back on site, but obviously Grainger's not going to make that decision until it's safe to do so. And again, I'll kind of highlight again on the next slide. So go ahead and switch to the next slide, please. So the position I want to discuss is about their customer experience representative role, or their customer service representative is another title that we can call it. But this is a call center position, and they're going to be hiring over 140 of these types of positions over the next 2 months. This position will require, we're looking for people with experience handling inbound calls. One thing Grainger is known for is their very high level of customer service. So we definitely look for people that are customer focused and people that really put the customer first in their call. This is a fast-paced environment. Candidates will be, the employees will be navigating 6-7 programs at one time. They'll have dual monitors going at the same time. So the ability to multitask is going to be, you're going to have to be very strong on that particular skill set, because you'll be navigating the sites, you'll be looking up information, researching information, all while delivering superior customer service to other businesses of the calls that you're taking. An ideal candidate, they possess a strong attention to detail, and again, very proficient at multitasking. We are asking that candidates that do apply do have a high school diploma or a GED. A little bit about the work environment for this role is that it is if it is on site or when it is on site, it's an open cubicle desk kind of workspace. 8 hours a day, you would be wearing a headset. And again, when we said it's fast paced, you will be talking to people 8 hours a day. But just like all other locations and companies, we have great, the time for breaks and lunch periods are designated throughout the day. a little bit about the technology piece again, with a good strength in Microsoft Office. And again, the ability to navigate 2 different monitors as well as navigating several systems is going to be very important for the role. And the typical call when you're on with somebody, it covers a few different things, but you're using some questions to uncover what the customer needs. You ultimately are looking to find a solution for the customer, and each call is going to be different. So it's not you're not timed to a script for 2 minutes that you need to hop on. This is going to take some critical thinking by the customer service reps, and with a strong ability to problem solve. So if you are interested in this role, again, on the customer service end of positions, this is a fantastic role with a fantastic company with great culture. We ask that you email your resumes to the email listed on this slide, and I can email it here in the Q&A as well. But it's mia.papa@grainger.com, and she is the lead for talent acquisition for Grainger in Tempe, and she can get the process started for you.
Roy, thank you so much for being here today. It's great to hear about the updates over there.
Thank you.
All right. Hey, I just want to tell you guys, thanks for listening to all of the companies. Also, thanks for already connecting on LinkedIn. My personal LinkedIn is blowing up, so I hope that you're reaching out to all of the companies and connecting with them. If you haven't yet, make sure you're writing down the names. We will have this available as a replay later on our website, but feel free to write down the names of each of these speakers and companies and connect with them through LinkedIn after the event today, or during the event today if you have a browser open. All right, I'd like to introduce you to Latifa Rainey. She is the Western Region Lead for Talent Acquisition for Honeywell. Welcome, Latifa.
Hi, thank you for having me. So I'm really excited to be able to share with you a little bit about Honeywell, and I wish I had a lot more time because Honeywell's such a huge company, as we'll just talk about. So our tag is, the future is what we make it. We strongly believe that we are a future shaper. We are trying in every single day and everything that we do to make this world safer, smarter, and just more sustainable. There is around, and this changes, goodness, every day because we are constantly opening up sites, 919 sites globally with over 100,000 employees. Our headquarters based in the US is Charlotte, North Carolina, and we are in the top Fortune 100 companies. A little bit about our different divisions. So we have our aerospace division. We're constantly working on more fuel-efficient aircrafts, more direct and on-time flights, safer skies and airports, and we're literally found on every commercial and defense aircraft out there, down to the small pieces to working on the engines and space aircrafts. Building technologies. I'm sure if you look around your home and you think about Honeywell, you'll probably remember that your thermostat is created by Honeywell. Over 100 years, we've defined energy and made it more efficient, indoor comfort to make it automatic, and we've redefined it in more than 10 million buildings across the world currently. Performance and materials and technologies. We are pioneering automation control. So we understand the complex industrial facilities and how to create high quality and high performance chemicals and materials. The safety production solutions, every year we keep over 500 million workers safe and more productive with voice-enabled software, barcode scanners, mobile computers, and protective equipment. So truly we are trying to be there in every part of your lives. And when I say Honeywell is honestly creating every piece that keeps the world running, we truly are in everything that you'll see. And as I've mentioned, now you'll probably go home and notice things about your home that have Honeywell softwares and technologies. Go to the next slide. I'll share with you some of our larger companies. So as you can see, we are in the logistics and transportation, manufacturing, retail, e-commerce, and obviously we do have government contracts. While you're looking at some of those clients that we do service, I wanted to share with you some fun facts. So if you're ever in a trivia match and these come up, Honeywell has been a part of history and continues to create the future for us. So we were the pioneers of automatic heating. Albert Bunce invented a device that he named the damper flapper, and it's the system that we now include in the thermostat. So Honeywell was pioneering in being able to put that into the indoor homes. We did pioneer the autopilot. So during World War II, we were able to maintain a stable flight of an aircraft even when the pilot took off their hands from the stick. So we're able to keep a lot of our military people safe during that time. Honeywell did and was a part of the development of unleaded gasoline. So we brought lead-free gasoline to the refining methods of crude oil and kept that technology going. So as you can see, we are really a part of everyday life for you. So to be a part of this company means that you are continuing to shape the world that we work in. We are a part of history and we plan to be a part of the future as well. So if we could go to the next slide. Who are we and what do we look for? So the employee networks focus around developing, providing networking opportunities, and promoting cultural awareness all through Honeywell. That is one of our key foundations of inclusion and diversity. We have our champions, we have mentorship programs. We connect you between colleagues who have been there and who have done that and can help you develop professionally. This is someone that you can go to whether you're struggling, whether you just want to be promoted within your position. They've been in that role, they know where they've come from, they can help you and guide you and tell you and point you in the right directions. We have a promise to value everyone's perspective and create an environment on trust, respect, and open communication. We lead from the bottom up. We want you to be engaged with your teams in whatever role that may be. We want you to be able to feel comfortable, have that open door policy. When you apply for a Honeywell position, we have our 9 behaviors. So I want you to think to yourself, do I have these? Am I a part of this Honeywell culture? Because truly it's so important for us. Do you have a passion for winning? Are you competitive, but do you want the team to win? Do you act with urgency? Do we want to be the differentiator? Do we want to be the leader? We inspire greatness. Do you inspire greatness? Do you have high expectations of yourself? Growth. Do you want to grow? We obsess over the growth of you and our customers. We want you to have that. Be courageous. Confront problems face on. At the same time, be courageous to stand up and say, I have an idea. Can we put this forward? Always become your best. Seek and accept feedback when given to you. Think big. We want you to innovate. Again, we lead from the bottom up. Come with those ideas. We want you to have and feel that this is your place to work. We want you to feel comfortable. Go beyond. Deliver on those commitments and over-deliver on them and be committed. Treat Honeywell like it's your own company, and it truly will. We want you to be a part of this brand, embody it. We have people that have been within Honeywell for years and years, and typically they retire. Once you're a part of it, you bleed. We bleed the red that comes from Honeywell, and that truly is a great statement and something that I stand by. Next slide, please. A little bit about our benefits. So we do have on offer benefits from day one of employment. We help you plan for the future. We have advocates that can walk you through all of these. We have vesting from day one and company match in your 401k. Obviously an HSA account. If you're a commuter, we offer commuter benefits, and that may be the light rail. If you take the bus, we offer packages to help you get savings from those. We offer disability, travel insurance, and many others. Live well. We truly want you to know that we take care of you. We offer all types of medical, dental, vision. We want you to compare costs. We offer a program called Cost Light, and that will ensure that you get the best quality for the best cost for your personal needs. Support coaching, again, we have a mental health support. If you want to quit smoking, we have that. If you want to lose weight, you have that. We have these people that are dedicated to making you better, to be healthy, to live well. We cover 100% of the flu shot. We offer TRICARE to everyone. The work-life balance, if we could just quickly go back to that one. We offer employee discounts to cinema tickets, to parks and restaurants. When the world is fully open again, we can utilize those more. Education assistance, adoption assistance, vacation paid holidays, online learnings and developments. We want you to continue your education, get those certifications, get your degrees, and Honeywell will be a part of that for you. Next slide, please. So openings in Tempe, these are just a couple of them, and my goodness, there was not as many slides, and I think the team can tell you I tried to cram a lot more into these with all the positions. We are a national company. We are a worldwide company. I recommend that you go on careers.honeywell.com, look at the positions that we do have. It is from every level up and down. Please ensure that you're reading the requirements. They change varied on the position and the managers, so definitely go through those. If you have any questions, apply, reach out to the recruiters as well. And again, this is limited to the Tempe, but when you go to the Honeywell site and you're open to Phoenix or Glendale, North Phoenix, we have sites in Chandler, I mean, truly everywhere. So please keep that broad and open, and we'll do our best to help you find your next career. So I'm looking forward to you all applying to Honeywell and being a part of shaping the future as we know it.
Thank you, Latifa. I appreciate you being here today.
Thank you.
All right, we are going to move on to Kelly and Shannon, and they are with the Kyrene School District. Welcome, Kelly and Shannon, to our event today. If you guys are talking, you are on mute.
Well, let me try that again. Hi. So I am Kelly Guerra, the Assistant Director for Community Education, and I have with me, and trying to stay 6 feet apart, Shannon Weber, our Transportation Supervisor. And although we're here representing Kyrene School District as a whole, we will be specifically talking about transportation and community education departments. We serve 17,000 pre-K through 8th grade students in Chandler and Tempe, in 26 schools in those the Tri-City districts. We have full and part-time positions available, but right now we're going to show you just a brief video about some of our bus driving positions, and great video, but it also goes over some of the benefits that Kyrene has to offer. So we can start that video.
Are you ready for a rewarding opportunity? Your chance to work with a great group of students and dedicated staff who contribute daily to the educational process is now. We are so glad that you've come to visit us and find out who we are. Kyrene's Transportation Department is made up of 120 employees, 130 school buses, and 10 white fleet vans. Our district spans 130 square miles and covers parts of South Tempe, Chandler, and Ahwatukee. We transport approximately 5,000 students per day to 25 schools. We also provide transportation to over 1,000 students through open enrollment to the city of Maricopa and into the South Phoenix Baseline Corridor. 90% of our fleet uses propane fuel and was made in the year 2015 or newer. All of our newer buses are equipped with 3-point seatbelts, air conditioning, onboard cameras, and GPS. If you don't have any commercial driver's license credentials, that's okay. Kyrene Transportation is ready to train you here on site and provide you with all of the tools and skills to acquire your commercial driver's license. The training is paid and begins on the first day of your employment with the district. Bus driver trainees go through 14 hours of classroom training and 20 hours of behind-the-wheel training and must complete a physical performance test on site. Our knowledgeable and thorough staff will guide you through the entire process to make sure you are ready to test at the end of approximately 3 weeks of training. Before you can start, you will be required to obtain your CDL permit, have a physical exam completed, and hold a Level 1 IVP fingerprint clearance card. The school bus driver position is a 30-hour per week benefited position starting at $15.41 per hour with no experience. The daily schedule typically consists of a split shift 6-hour day, usually from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. and then 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Depending on the route, these hours can vary. In some cases, route hours are short, and you may be required to complete additional hours of work to reach the 30 hours for the week. Those duties could include driving preschool students during middays, bus washing, or seat repair. Bus drivers are on contract for 182 working school days. The school year typically starts on the 1st of August and ends the week prior to Memorial Day weekend. There are periods of time off without pay, which include a week for fall break in October, 2 weeks for winter break in December, and 1 week for spring break in March. All of the holidays that fall within the school year, however, are paid non-work days to the employee. Field trips and summer work are available based on evaluation scores, should you be interested. The Kyrene District currently offers United Healthcare as its health insurance provider. Dental and vision plans are also offered to all eligible employees. As As a government employee, bus driver positions also participate in the Arizona State Retirement System. We hope you are ready to join our awesome team of transportation professionals. Are you?
Great. So that did just a really nice overview of what our bus driving positions are, and they are the lifeblood of our school, as they are the first and last people who get to see our kids as they come in today and can really set the tone. In the same vein, we have our before and after school care, which is our kids club. This is out of school time activities for our kinder through 8th grade students. You would help facilitate their activities, maybe assist in planning, really just that safety and supervision and making sure they're having an engaging, fun time before and after school. Those are part-time positions available with before and after school opportunities. The final one I'm going to talk about is our club leaders for preschool. These are for our 3-year-old through 5-year-old age group. Similar though, that they help our coordinators set up, plan activities, really just setting the tone for the rest of our children's educational experience in preschool. And they are open 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. So shifts are available anytime through the day. To apply, you just need to go to kyrene.org and select our talent management link. You'll see all of our benefits and opportunities. And this is a great stepping stone for people who want to become educators or make transportation and community education their careers. So thank you very much for this time today, and I look forward to seeing applications.
Thank you so much. Thanks for being here today. All right. I just wanted to do one last reminder about the closed captioning. And Alex, if you could go to, or Sheila, if you could go to the next slide. Again, if you, we mentioned this earlier a couple times, but in case you came in a little bit late, if you are interested in closed captioning, we want to thank the Arizona Commission for the Deaf and Hard of Hearing. You can take a picture of that QR code and it will take you out to the website, or there's the bit.ly is available as well. All right, we're going to move on to Pam Go. She is she's a talent acquisition specialist at Medtronic. Welcome, Pam. We are so glad to see you again today.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for that nice introduction, Jessica. Can everybody hear me okay?
We've got you.
Okay, great. I'm with Medtronic. For those of you that are not familiar with Medtronic, we are the world's largest medical technology company, founded in 1949. So we've been around a long time. And if you know anybody that has a pacemaker, brain stimulator, or a diabetes drug pump, chances are high that it might be one of ours. In Tempe, we actually have a plant where we make all of the printed wire boards that go inside of most of those electronic devices. All of the research and development and the design and everything that goes into those happens in Tempe, and a lot of people don't know that. We've actually been in Tempe since 1973 as Medtronic, and it's a really great place to work. As far as Tempe goes, it's about 800 employees. Worldwide, though, Medtronic is over 90,000 employees. Next slide, please. So our mission is, in a nutshell, to alleviate pain, restore health, and extend life. But this particular mission was written in 1960 by our founder, Earl Bakken. And there's a lot more words to it than this, but not a word has changed since 1960. And I think that that is a huge testament to this company and what they stand for. Number 5 in our mission is to recognize the personal worth of employees. And Medtronic does that in a big way. We have the Medtronic Incentive Program, tuition reimbursement. I actually started out at Medtronic in 2001 as an administrative assistant, used tuition reimbursement, got 2 degrees, one in psychology, one in HR, and moved into human resources and then into recruiting eventually. So definitely a company that tries to recruit from within. We do have a number of positions, though. If I could go to the next slide. This is just basically is talking about the different things that we've been awarded. This says 2019, but we actually have some 2021s as well. I just didn't have the slides. So next slide. So our benefits, I heard someone earlier say that benefits started right away, and so do ours. They start on your first day. 401k with company match, 6% is what we start employees out at. We also have employee stock purchase plan. Paid time off starts at 20 days, and you start out with a bucket of 40 hours. It's accrued over time. During the rest of the year, it is a use it or lose it kind of program, though, so you get your time off. Anniversary bonus week happens every 5th year, so every 5 years you get an entire extra week of vacation time, which is just wonderful. I've been with Medtronic so long that this year I get 7 weeks of vacation. Yay! Bereavement and compassionate leave, compensation. We do our best to try to do a market approach, so we're very fair with our salary increases, and also, we do a lot of regional benchmarking as well. Recognized program is our way to recognize people that have done good things. You can get points, you can just thank people, and any employee can get on there and thank someone. I think it's managers and above can actually give points towards things. We do have EAP, global well-being, adoption assistance, tuition reimbursement, as I spoke of. This year, we added identity theft protection and pet insurance as options that employees can have as well. And there are many more things. I would encourage someone who's interested in Medtronic to go out and look at our website. Go ahead, next slide. The types of positions that we are looking for in Tempe currently are equipment maintenance technicians. We actually have a few different ones. We do run 24/7 operations in Tempe, and it is a clean room environment. I guess that's the upside of having to wear masks a lot right now. You'll already be accustomed to that if you have to do that in the clean room. But right now, we do have a critical need for equipment maintenance technicians. Engineering management, we have positions for various types. I think I have a senior engineering manager right now. Product engineers, quality engineers, manufacturing supervisors, process technicians, pretty much any kind of engineering you can think of other than possibly civil engineering we do. In fact, we even have a geologist on staff in our product analysis lab. My contact information is there. If you want to look at the positions we currently have open in Tempe or worldwide, go to jobs.medtronic.com. You can also reach out to me at the email address below, and I look forward to speaking with some of you, hopefully in the near future. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Pam. Great information today. And looks like you guys have some really good jobs out there in Tempe. So thanks for being here. All right. We are going to move over to Curtis Hayden. Curtis is a recruiter with Starbucks and has some opportunities available at Starbucks. So welcome, Curtis.
Thank you. Good morning. Yeah, really excited to be here and share a little bit about the Starbucks and what we're doing in Tempe. Really at the core of who we are as a company is it's about connecting to something bigger than ourselves. We talk a lot about the reality that it's way more for us than just putting hot liquid in a cup for customers as they come through. But we exist to inspire and nurture the human spirit in our communities, and to provide resources and connections, not only for our customers, but for our partners as they come through, and to develop career skills and career opportunities. One of the things that really excites me about being a partner and being with Starbucks is the idea that for us, diversity and inclusion, it's not about welcoming someone in, even though they're different or in spite of their differences, but we really work to celebrate what makes us different and unique. And you can see the different partner networks that we have along the bottom there, whether it's Pride Alliance or Adele Cafe, our Black Partner Network, Women's Impact Network, several others that work to really celebrate the diversity in our communities. If we move on to the next slide, just some of the core pillars of what we do and why we exist. At the core of what we do, it's about the community that we serve. So for us and our stores in Tempe, it's not just about being a profitable company that's hitting our metrics, but it's how do we become a force for good in the communities that we serve. every one of our stores, the store managers develop a store vision, and they work with the partners in the store to say, what do we want to be known for in the community? The I'm a manager of, the one that we kind of crafted together with my team, is that we decided that we wanted to be a place of refuge, comfort, and joy for each other and for our customers. And then we're freed up to pursue that and to make that come to life in our stores. And that's the way it's been from the beginning of our company. And it's something that even now is at the core of what we do. And it's really exciting to welcome new partners into that and to really change their perspective of what an hourly role in the food service industry could be. Thinking about professional growth, at a huge part of our culture is providing resources and skills and opportunities so that whether somebody wants to grow and develop a career in our stores or connect to our support center in Seattle, or launching into a new career that's outside of the food service industry, it's how do we provide all of the tools necessary to launch in and be successful and to be a better person and a better professional when you leave our stores. And then just the benefits that we provide. This is the thing that blows people away when I sit down and I do onboarding and we really start to dig in through our benefits. As an hourly position in the food service industry, you would be surprised at how long and how vast our list of benefits are. We're one of the few companies that offers our benefits, our full suite of benefits, at just 20 hours per week. So part-time employees are able to take advantage of healthcare and the 401k and all of the different benefits that we have available. We've got everyday perks. Those are going to be free coffee and free food every shift that you work, a free Spotify premium account, a free Headspace mental health app account. There's going to be financial resources like our 401k that offers a 5% match one-to-one for all partners. We've got our Beanstalk program that actually every partner that works for the company is given stock each year in our company, because we all share in the success of our company as we grow and develop our company. We've got health coverage, free tuition through ASU Online for up to 80 different programs that are available. And really a first of its kind mental health benefit through Lyra. We provide up to 20 one-hour counseling sessions each calendar year for every one of our partners to really prioritize not only your physical health, but your mental health as well, and to get the resources that you need to be successful. Like I said, it's really easy to think about our role as a barista or a shift supervisor in our stores as, you know, just an hourly position in the food service industry, but our full suite of benefits and everything we provide, the culture that we try to create in our stores for our partners and for our customers, I think really helps us to stand out in this industry, to be more than just fast food that a lot of people like to think that we are, because we provide a lot for our partners to be successful. And we love when our partners get to come in, get an education, launch into a new career that they're super passionate about, or continue to grow with our company. And Tempe and the Arizona market is doing extremely well, even through all of COVID. We've recovered really well, and we're really excited to be adding several partners throughout everything.
Well, Curtis, thank you so much for sharing about Starbucks. I've always heard such great things from people that work there and the benefits and the culture. Thanks for being here today. All right, we are going to move over to State Farm and our friend Sandy Carlock. She is the talent brand specialist for State Farm. Welcome, Sandy.
Thank you, Jessica. I'm just so excited to be here. So many great companies, and just wanted to, I guess, add on to the difficulty that you're going to have to make a decision on what company you want to come to. I'm going to hope to make it really difficult because you're going to want to come to State Farm. So who are we? We are not just Jake from State Farm, but we are the #1 auto insurer in the nation. We are 36 on that Fortune 500 list of largest companies. And our mission statement says it all. You really would, if you do come to State Farm, be able to be helping people, right? So we also often have some of our clients, people call themselves superheroes with checkbooks, because you are there to help people, try to help their life go right. We are there to help protect them. So you really are we're in the business of helping people, right, and helping our customers. That goes with our culture. We have a culture that really values diversity and inclusion. We really want you to bring your authentic self to work. We want to be able to develop you. We are really big at developing our people, and that for that reason we do have a lot of hiring from within. So a lot of our positions are hired from within because we are trying to develop you to what you want to be when you grow up in State Farm. And you can grow up more than once. I've grown up more than one time in State Farm, and so you can come here. This is a career job where you can change careers. If you want to, you can work to develop toward that. We also are very philanthropic. As you can see, we are very involved. If you even go and search State Farm in our communities, we gave over $2 million in our COVID relief fund. We also have our 100 for Good for our employees right now. So we are 98 years old. So we're big, we are stable, but we are actually coming up to our 100-year anniversary. And we wanted to challenge all of our employees to be able to do 100 acts of good, pay it forward, any volunteerisms, those kind of things by our 100-year anniversary. And we have a site where they're posting them. And it's incredible to see all of the activities that our employees are involved in. And then last but not least, one big happy family. We are one big State Farm family. We try to keep that family environment in our hub locations as well, but be able to just know that people are there to help you succeed, to really grow in the company, and we would love for you to stay as long as you can. I always jokingly say forever, but we know you can't stay forever. But with that said, go ahead and go to the next slide. So we have great benefits. Like a lot of the companies said, we have medical, dental, vision. Our benefits are full and for part-time. So if you're part-time 18 hours or more, you'll still get the full-time benefits as well. Our paid time off is great. You get it as you go. So you earn it as you go. You can earn the 14 days within that year. And as you go further into your career, you'll earn more time. We have, like I mentioned, medical, dental, vision, our planning and retirement. So we have really great 401k, where we have the 401k percentage match on top of a non-elective percentage match that we have. And as you go in after 6 months, you would be able to get those percentages. And then as you go through your career, we also have really great financial planning, financial courses, award-winning courses that you guys can actually take and help with your budgeting and financial planning. Our training is impeccable. If you're a new employee, do not worry if you do not have that experience that you think you need. We train all of our employees and have excellent trainers, as well as when you're an employee. Like I told you, we like to develop our people, so we're going to develop you by offering you those online courses through Degreed, is our Degreed program, that you can actually upskill yourself and continue to develop yourself into where you want to go next or within the company. And then even more important, tuition reimbursement. I know that a lot of people are planning on going back to school or are in school. We have tuition reimbursement and prepayment. Right now, prepayment for the 2-year and then reimbursement for the 4-year. Hopefully that'll go to a prepayment soon for all. Go ahead. So what are we hiring for? We are hiring for more than just what's there. If you go to that link on the bottom, jobs.statefarm.com, you will see the jobs that we have throughout the whole enterprise if you're mobile. If you just want Tempe, search Tempe. We have most of ours are going to be those entry points. So since we hire from within, you have to look for those entry points to be able to come into the company. So our customer service, which is our customer service care center, the retention specialist is really customer service, 100% customer service. And then our acquisition is our sales, if you want to think of it that way. And it's not cold calling people, it is people calling you, trying to get insurance, and you are going to actually help them find out what they need. So we are needs-based selling. We try to help them protect what is important to them. And so that is what the acquisition. Both those entry points can start at $16 an hour or $19 an hour. Plus, we have a big need right now for bilingual. our bilingual need adds an additional $1.25 an hour. Obviously, if you pass that language assessment, when you start working, you would get the additional $1.25. Plus, all employees after 6 months can increase to the 50 cents more an hour. Plus, you add on differential and weekends, and your pay just keeps going up. And then interpreter also is something that we have a need for. And we also have those retention and acquisition jobs for non-bilinguals. So don't think that's just for bilingual. We just had so much room, and we wanted to emphasize the need for bilingual right now. Bilingual also has that $1,000 sign-on bonus as well. So I think that we'll go to the next slide to say how to apply. So how do you apply? Go to our careers page if you already have it, or go to findjobs.statefarm.com. You can create a profile. You can filter by category, by location, by type of job, full-time, part-time. Make sure you join the talent neighborhood. So if you don't see something you want right now, you can actually set an alert. So that'll help you be able to find that right job. But we know that you would be great with us, and we're excited to be able to meet you. If you want to reach out to me on LinkedIn, I will put all my information in there again as well. I think I put it in there earlier, but I will put some links in there for you. Feel free, if you just still need more information and want to set up a one-on-one, we have recruiters that are offering that as well. If you would like to be able to talk to someone, let me know. That's all I got. Thank you.
Sandy, thanks for being here today. We appreciate you.
You're welcome.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for hanging on. I've been watching our participants, and you all are hanging on and staying the whole event. It seems like you all know how great these companies are. We have one more company left to feature today, and that is Carmax. So Matthew Adams is a senior manager, and he is joining us today. Welcome, Matthew.
Thank you, Jessica. I do thank you all for hanging on, taking up the tail end. We're thankful you waited for us, so thank you. A little bit about Carmax. First, as Jessica said, I'm Matthew Adams. I'm a senior manager at the Tempe, Phoenix CEC Customer Experience Center with Carmax. A little bit about our company. Our purpose, founded in 1993, Carmax is the nation's largest retailer of used cars. We've been doing it for a number of years, and really our purpose we established from the very beginning is to drive integrity in an industry that previously was not known for that. We want to be honest and transparent in every interaction that we have with all of our customers and our associates. Please. So a little Carmax and some of our background. We very much look at our overall foundation and our overall principles. The culture of Carmax is one that I'm very proud to be a part of, and to help grow as we establish some of the new things that are coming with the new economy and new environment that's before us. So because of some of the things that Carmax does with our employees and with our customers, we have we've been recognized in many different areas. Employer of choice, both locally and nationally. You can see through best places to work for a number of years running. Fortune 100 companies, one I'm proud of. We wear the pin proudly every day. 16 years in a row being Fortune 100's best companies to work for. So a lot of great things that we've accomplished with Carmax, and would love everybody here to look to be a part of that. Next. As I spoke earlier a little bit about our values, culture is what makes Carmax Carmax. With every employee, we're always searching to do these 4 things in everything that we do. We always do the right thing for our associates, for our customers, and that really goes with our overall purpose of bringing integrity in everything that we do, respect, and at the end of the day, we want to deliver the best product and the best experience to our customers. We truly offer, through Carmax, an omni-channel experience to each of our customers. Customers can purchase online. They can purchase in a store. We can meet the customer where and how they would like that. Customer Experience Center here in Tempe is one of the pinnacles of doing that. All of our customer experience and customer assistant positions here in Phoenix works together with an overall network nationwide to provide customers that first contact, whether it's through a web lead, through a phone call, to really help them find the perfect car for them, and then deliver it in a way that works best for them. If they want to go to a store and pick it up, if they want to work with a consultant in the store, if they want us to deliver it to their home, we can work with all of those options with our customers. We put people's first. We invest in our associates, and we invest in our customers. We want to make sure that we have our customers' backs in all that we do, and we also work very hard to give back to our communities in every area that we are. 100% of each of our locations participates in community events and gives back to the community in their specific areas that they are. So employees in those areas have opportunities to really give to charities and events that mean something to them personally and affecting their local communities. And we win together. Everything Carmax does is as a team. We're proud of the team in Carmax. We even in our call centers, we wear our Carmax blue. And all that we do, just remember, we're part of that team, whether we're in a store, customer experience center, wherever we're at. And we find strength, embracing differences. We celebrate diversity and want to make sure that we continue that as part of our culture. And in everything we do, we go for greatness. We are industry disruptors. We offer some things that are just not found anywhere else in the industry. Our customers get to celebrate a 30-day money-back guarantee with every car they purchase to make sure that everything fits exactly the way they want it, both in the use of their car and financially. We offer 24-hour test drives. A customer can take a car and have a full day to check it out and do everything they'd like to do with that car to make sure that it fits for them before they even have to move forward with the purchase. We make it very easy for our customers to buy a car, and we make it as easy as possible for our associates to sell a car. So some really nice things that Carmax offers. So we are now hiring. The post that we have here is for, and we have retail locations in West Valley, Gilbert, Scottsdale, as well as our customer experience center in Tempe. This position that you see posted here is for our customer experience center. We are currently looking to hire over 200 new associates in the next coming months to provide the needed support for our customer growth. Current openings in the customer experience consultant, we are currently offering, and wait for it, a $5,000 sign-on bonus for our customer experience position. That is in addition to any bilingual bonus for that position as well. So you can, if you're bilingual, you can get the $5,000 sign-on bonus and a bilingual sign-on bonus in joining our customer experience consultant position. We also are hiring for customer experience assistants and customer experience center managers to help support that growth as well. So some really nice opportunities. You can go apply at the link you see below, the https://careers.carmax.com. If you follow that link and type that specific link into your browser, that will take you directly to the Phoenix Tempe CEC location. That's here. We're located in Tempe at 1515 West 14th Street is the space of our location for those that are looking for close proximity to wherever you might be. We're excited to have you. We've got a lot for each of our full-time positions. All of the positions that we offered are full-time, and they come with a variety of benefits. We offer medical, dental, vision, pet insurance. We also offer paid time off, vacation, and many other benefits. We know there's hard times. We know it's tough with families and things like that. So we do offer employee assistance program for all of our associates that comes with free access to everything from legal advice to counseling. And then we also offer employee discount program for you, your immediate family, and in-laws. So come join the Carmax team. We're excited to have you and let you know everything we're about. If you'd like to learn more about our benefits and career choices, there's the two links again, the Carmax careers that you can apply here at the Carmax Phoenix CEC, and the benefits.carmax.com. You can really kind of dive in, learn a lot more about what we have to offer and all the details of our benefits, including all the things that I listed, tuition reimbursement as well. Any additional questions, you can contact me. This is our Joan Miller, our regional human resource manager, is located on site here in Tempe as well. You can reach out to her email address and she can answer any questions that you may have as well. Again, thank you so much for the time. We'd love you to come join the Carmax team and offer an amazing omni-channel experience to our customers.
Thank you so much, Matthew. Well done. I think you've made me ready to go buy a car at Carmax, so I appreciate that. All right. Again, if you are looking for closed captioning, there is our QR code. Go ahead and grab that. And as we finish out the event today. So thanks for hanging on through all of our hiring companies. We have some great resources with you to wrap this up over the next 10 minutes. So if you could just hang on 10 more minutes, we will be able to provide some great resources for you. Okay, I would now like to introduce Carter Ellis. He is the Workforce Development Coordinator with Arizona at Work in Maricopa County. Hi, Carter.
Hi, good morning, everyone. So next slide, please. So Arizona at Work, Maricopa County, and also the city of Tempe as a part of a statewide workforce development network, provides services and resources to job seekers as they pursue employment opportunities and assist employers to recruit, develop, and retain the best employees for their needs. The services that I can personally assist you with are job leads, career exploration, resume assistance along with cover letters, interview techniques, computer access, and occupational skills training. If you want to sign up for our job blast, the information is provided below. You can text your information to us and we'll send you out weekly information in regards to positions that are available valley-wide from entry level all the way up to executive positions. My personal contact information is provided below to you. Unfortunately, I'm providing services virtually right now, but I can still assist you with all the other opportunities and all the other resources that I can provide you. If you just email or give me a call at the number below, and I would be more than happy to provide services to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Carter. So I just wanted to mention that Arizona Work has, Carter has resources available for resume review, mock interviewing, of course, a job blast, and so much more. So make sure to utilize them as a resource in your career transition. Thanks again, Carter. All right, I have a couple things I'd like to close us out with today. You all have been wonderful to hang on the line and hear from our companies and hear about the resources available. We are, Career Connectors is a nonprofit organization, and we are based in Arizona. And so we have turned all of our in-person events into virtual events during this time. So we have ongoing events throughout the year, about 3 a month. We actually have one coming up this Thursday. And so you can sign up for our e-updates at careerconnectors.org. And we have chats out there on our website, 3 to 5 minute job tips. We have community updates with different resources within throughout Arizona and the Valley. And then we have all of our virtual events that have happened since last March posted on our website. And these are featured hiring companies. These are content about branding and networking and interviewing and resumes. And so a lot of good stuff there. So feel free to check out our website at any time. Now, with the city of Tempe, we have another job fair coming up on March 16th. We will have another set of companies, 12 or so companies hiring. So check out that. If you were registered for this event, we can roll you over, but go ahead and go back out there and register again. All of your stuff is already in the system. We hope you have found a great new job by March 16th, but if not, we would love to still be a resource to you for that. Now, the next slide here is about the Career Connectors events that are coming up. So each event has about an hour of content and then about an hour of resources and hiring companies. The first one is this Thursday. And so you can go to careerconnectors.org to register. Michael Seaver will be talking about generational similarities to improve communication. If you think about all of our hiring companies today, we had people of different generations. There were probably 4 generations covered just in our speakers today. How do you interview? How do you engage? How do you adapt the way that you're interviewing to make it fit for that company? So we're going to talk about that. then on the February 11th, the diamond in the rough, how to forge through fire and land your next job. Then we'll do interviewing with confidence, and then we have one around strengths in March. And so a lot of great events coming up with some additional fantastic hiring companies. As part of this event, one of our partners was Best Companies AZ. They are such a great partner. They're validating and elevating the best companies in Arizona to work for. Sheila, if you want to move to the next slide, thanks. And so what they do is they have, on their website, they have a COVID-19 resources, which you can see in the top menu bar there. They talk about best employers in Arizona, best jobs in Arizona. And so if you go to that COVID-19 resources, you can see, you can submit your resume to some of the best places to work in Arizona. You can see who's hiring. You can become part of their Best Companies weekly news update. And if you want to move to, there we go. And you can see all of these resources and be part of this community as well. They give companies awards for being best places to work in Arizona. So when we say they know who the best are in Arizona, it's because they're the ones giving these awards and then elevating these companies and featuring their culture, many of which were on the line today as well. All right, and the next slide here is just, you can find out more about them on bestcompaniesaz.com/services. You may be here today because you heard of this event through Best Companies AZ. All right, so if you could go ahead and move on to one more slide. Just as a reminder, we will be having one more of these events on March 16th. We are utilizing the Pipeline AZ platform, as Mary mentioned. So we will the Pipeline AZ will continue working on the job matching after this event with all of the companies that have submitted their jobs, and all the companies on the line have done that as well. So they're submitting jobs, and we are, Pipeline AZ is matching them. So again, thank you to Arizona at Work, Best Companies AZ, Pipeline AZ, and then thank you so much to the City of Tempe for helping us connect, for providing these resources to the residents of Tempe and providing the connections to the City of Tempe employers. We are grateful you all joined us today, and we are excited for your next steps in your career. Have a great week.